Today, we're making the ultimate comfort food, macaroni and cheese. Forget the box stuff. We're going homemade with real pasta and a silky, cheesy sauce. It's simple, honest, and absolutely delicious. This dish brings everyone together and is perfect for any occasion. Making it from scratch is easy and so much more satisfying. The secret? Quality ingredients and a bit of love. Once you try this, you'll never go back. Let's get started. Before we dive into the actual cooking, let's take a moment to get everything prepped and organized. Preparation is the secret to a smooth, enjoyable cooking experience, and it's what separates a stressful kitchen rush from a calm, confident cook. So, let's set ourselves up for success by gathering all the tools and ingredients we'll need for this delicious macaroni and cheese. First, let's talk about the essential equipment. You'll need a large pan or pot for boiling the pasta. Make sure it's big enough so the macaroni can move around and cook evenly. Next, grab a medium saucepan for making the creamy cheese sauce. A sturdy whisk is key for getting that sauce perfectly smooth, and a wooden spoon or heat-proof spatula will help you stir everything together. Don't forget a colander for draining the pasta, a grater for your cheese, and an oven-proof dish to bake everything in at the end. Having these tools ready and within reach will make each step much easier. Now let's gather our ingredients. For a classic macaroni and cheese, you'll need 500 grams of macaroni pasta. Elbow macaroni is traditional, but any short pasta shape will work. Measure out 50 grams of unsalted butter, which will form the base of our roux, and 50 grams of plain flour to thicken the sauce. You'll also need 1 liter of whole milk for that rich, creamy texture, and 250 grams of mature cheddar cheese for bold flavor. Add a teaspoon of English mustard for a subtle kick, plus salt and pepper to taste. Finally, have some breadcrumbs on hand for a crunchy topping. For the topping, you can use a little extra butter or a drizzle of olive oil to help the breadcrumbs crisp up beautifully in the oven. This small touch adds a lovely golden finish and a satisfying crunch to every bite. Before you start cooking, take a few minutes to grate your cheese. Freshly grated cheese melts much better than pre-grated, and it gives your sauce a richer, creamier texture. Measure out all your ingredients and place them in small bowls or containers. This step is called mise en place, a French term that means everything in its place. It's a simple habit that makes cooking more enjoyable and helps you avoid missing any ingredients or steps along the way. With your mise en place complete, you'll find that the cooking process flows much more smoothly. You won't be scrambling to find the salt or searching for the grater while your sauce is bubbling away. Instead, you'll be able to focus on each step, enjoy the process, and create a dish that's truly delicious. When it comes to cheese, always choose a block of mature cheddar and grate it yourself. Pre-grated cheese often contains anti-caking agents that can affect the texture and flavor of your sauce, making it less creamy and a bit grainy. Freshly grated cheese not only melts better but also delivers a much deeper, more satisfying flavor. While a strong, mature cheddar is the classic choice for macaroni and cheese, don't be afraid to experiment with other cheeses if you like. Mixing in a bit of Gruyere, mozzarella, or even a touch of blue cheese can add new layers of flavor and make your dish unique. Just remember to keep cheddar as the main cheese for that signature taste. With all your equipment set out, your ingredients measured and prepped, and your cheese freshly grated, you're ready to start cooking with confidence. Taking the time to prepare now means you can enjoy the process and focus on creating a truly comforting homemade macaroni and cheese. Let's move on to the next step and start cooking. To start, grab your largest pot. Trust me, the more space your pasta has to move around, the better it will cook. Fill it up with plenty of cold water, leaving enough room at the top so it doesn't boil over later. Using a big pot helps the pasta cook evenly and prevents it from sticking together in clumps. If you're making a big batch, don't be shy. Use the biggest pot you have. Place the pot on the stove and crank up the heat. You want to bring the water to a vigorous rolling boil. This might take a few minutes, especially if you're using a lot of water, but it's worth the wait. Boiling water ensures the pasta cooks quickly and evenly, so don't rush this step. Once the water is bubbling away, it's time to season it generously with salt. Don't be afraid to add a good handful. The water should taste almost like the sea. This is your only chance to season the pasta itself, so be bold. The salt not only flavors the pasta but also helps enhance its texture. Now pour in your pasta shells. Give them a good stir right away to keep them from sticking to each other or the bottom of the pot. Stirring in the first minute is especially important, as this is when the pasta is most likely to clump together. Let the pasta move freely in the boiling water. Check the cooking time on your pasta package, but here's a tip. Set your timer for a minute or two less than what it says. We're aiming for al dente. Pasta that's tender but still has a bit of bite. Remember, the pasta will cook a little more when it's baked later, so undercooking it slightly now is key. As the pasta cooks, give it a gentle stir every now and then. This helps prevent sticking and ensures even cooking. When you think it's almost ready, use a slotted spoon to lift out a shell and check the texture. It should be firm to the bite, not mushy or falling apart. Taste a piece to be sure. It should have that perfect al dente bite. If it's still a little too firm, give it another minute, but don't let it go too far. Remember, overcooked pasta will turn soft and lose its shape when baked. Once your pasta is just right, immediately drain it in a colander over the sink. Don't rinse it. The starch on the surface of the pasta is what helps the sauce cling to every shell, making each bite extra delicious. Let the pasta sit and steam dry for a minute or two in the colander. This helps it firm up and keeps it from getting watery when you add the sauce later. Give the colander a gentle shake to let any excess water escape. And there you have it, your pasta shells are perfectly cooked and ready for the next step. Now let's move on to making that rich, creamy cheese sauce that's going to bring everything together. This part is just as easy, and the results are absolutely mouth-watering. Now we arrive at the true soul of this dish, the cheese sauce. This isn't just any sauce, it's the golden, velvety river that transforms simple pasta into a comfort food classic. The cheese sauce is what brings everything together, wrapping each bite in a warm, creamy embrace. Let's take our time and do this right, because this step is where the magic happens. Start by placing a medium saucepan over medium heat. Drop in 50 grams of good quality butter. Watch as it melts, turning glossy and golden, filling your kitchen with that unmistakable rich aroma. Let the butter gently bubble, but don't let it brown. We want it to stay pale and fragrant. Next, sprinkle in 50 grams of plain flour. Grab your whisk and stir constantly, blending the flour into the butter to create a smooth, pale paste. This is your roux. Let it cook for about a minute, just until it starts to smell nutty and loses that raw flour scent. This step is crucial. It's the foundation of your sauce, ensuring it will be silky and lump-free. Now it's time to add the milk, 1 liter, but don't rush it. Pour it in gradually, just a little at a time, whisking constantly. This patience pays off, helping you avoid any lumps and ensuring your sauce stays smooth. As you whisk, you'll see the mixture transform from a thick paste to a silky, pourable sauce. Keep whisking as the sauce heats and thickens. You're looking for that perfect moment when it's smooth and just thick enough to coat the back of a spoon. This is your cue that the base is ready for the star ingredient, cheese. Lower the heat to prevent scorching, then add most of your grated cheddar cheese. Save a generous handful for the topping later. The cheese will melt into the sauce, turning it a beautiful rich yellow and filling the air with that irresistible cheesy aroma. Stir gently but thoroughly, making sure every bit of cheese is melted and the sauce is glossy and smooth. This is the moment when your sauce becomes truly luscious, thick, creamy, and ready to cling to every piece of pasta. For a little extra depth, add a teaspoon of mustard. Dijon works beautifully, along with a good pinch of salt and a few cracks of black pepper. Taste your sauce and adjust the seasoning to your liking. The mustard adds a subtle tang that balances the richness of the cheese, while the salt and pepper bring everything into harmony. Take a moment to admire your work. The sauce should be creamy, cheesy, and absolutely irresistible, thick enough to coat a spoon, but still pourable and smooth. This is the heart of your dish, the element that will make every bite unforgettable. Don't rush this step. Let the sauce come together slowly, giving the flavors time to meld and the texture to reach perfection. This patience is what sets a great cheese sauce apart from an average one. It's the care and attention that make the dish truly special. And there you have it, your glorious Uzi cheese sauce, ready to bring everything together. Pour it over your pasta and get ready for the ultimate comfort food experience. Let's move on and finish this masterpiece. Pour your drained pasta into the cheese sauce. Gently fold everything together so every piece is coated. Admire that creamy, cheesy goodness. You could eat it now, but we're going for the ultimate finish. Transfer it all to your oven-proof dish and spread it out evenly. This is where the magic happens. Baked to golden perfection. The kitchen will smell amazing. Simple, honest, and pure comfort. Time for the topping. Sprinkle the reserved cheddar over the pasta. Add a generous layer of breadcrumbs for crunch. Dot with butter or drizzle with olive oil for extra crispiness. Preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius, 180 degrees Celsius fan. Bake for 20-25 minutes until golden and bubbling. The top should be crispy, the sauce bubbling at the edges. Let it rest for 5 minutes before serving. This helps the sauce set. The aroma will fill your kitchen. That's your show-stopping mac and cheese, ready to serve. Let's take it up a notch. Want to make it your own? Here's how. Add crispy bacon, shredded chicken, or chorizo for a meaty twist. Mix up the cheeses. Try Gruyere, Red Leicester, or mozzarella for extra gooiness. Stir in veggies like peas, spinach, or roasted broccoli for a healthy boost. Caramelized onions add sweetness and depth. Spice it up with cayenne, smoked paprika, or a dash of hot sauce. Top with jalapenos for a kick. Parmesan in the breadcrumb topping is a winner. Experiment and have fun. Make it your signature dish. The possibilities are endless. There you have it, the ultimate homemade mac and cheese. Simple steps, great ingredients, and a bit of love. It's a crowd pleaser that'll have everyone asking for seconds. Cooking is about sharing and creating memories. Try this recipe, share it, and spread the mac and cheese love. Thanks for joining me. Happy cooking. Get in the kitchen and enjoy every bite. See you next time.